Imagine a future where you can get a ticket to Mars as easy as a ticket to Paris. Where your first house could be on a ring world like Halo or Interstellar. Where our energy is clean and produced by advanced technology like a Dyson swarm or perhaps a fusion reactor. We have unlocked our universe's secrets and we can travel the stars, perhaps contacting alien life. We have solved our resource shortage and the planet is beginning to heal. Earth is the thriving capital of an interstellar human society. Life is good. Then imagine a different future, one that is cold, void of life. The world has been ravaged by mining and wars over resources. The plants and animals have died off due to overpopulation and overconsumption of resources. We continue to use fossil fuels, allowing climate change to make many regions unlivable. If any humans live on, life is difficult and primitive. There is no hope. These two futures have one distinct difference. We made different choices today in each one. In one, we chose to reach for the stars, to go where no man has gone before, and we chose to unlock the mysteries of space. In the other, we chose to live in ignorance and condemn humanity to a dark future. But why space? Why should we spend billions on continuing space exploration? Is the high cost worth just a few pretty pictures of faraway galaxies or driving a robot around another planet? Has space done anything useful for us in the past, and can it do anything useful for humanity in the future? Well, the answer is yes. But what has space done for us in the past? Well, it's given us memory foam, LED lights, ear thermometers, Invisalign, high-speed cameras that are used to analyze the performance of everyday products from shoes to trucks, space blankets which are used in first aid kits to provide warmth and shelter, systems to provide dangerous levels of ice from forming on the wings of airplanes, a GPS guiding system to create self-driving tractors which are more efficient at tending crops, AI programs that help detect early signs of Alzheimer's, and most importantly, satellites, which do a variety of things like communication, collecting data on climate change, weather reporting, and predicting droughts. Google Maps, GPS navigation, and satellite imagery, things we use every day, is only possible with the use of satellites. And coolest of all are the space telescopes that allow us to study and observe the past of our great universe. It's great and all that it gave us all this good stuff, but is it really worth to continue? Will it do any more good for humanity? The answer is still yes. What can space do for us in the near future? Satellites that will be launched in the near future will give internet access to rural and more remote parts of the Earth. This will give people in those rural and more remote parts access to important information regarding healthcare. The continued exploration of space also means that 3D printing technology will be improved as it is needed in upcoming missions and possible colonies on the Moon and Mars. These new 3D printers will be able to print meals as well as tools and spare parts. This new type of technology could be extra useful for the rest of us, and could be put in households. There will be the new problem of how to grow crops in harsh environments like a space station or a Mars habitat. While solving this problem, we will discover how to grow plants that will be more resilient and have a higher yield of food. This new technology and knowledge could help us feed the almost 900 malnutrition people on Earth, a number which is likely to grow as the population grows and climate change becomes worse. Continuing to fund space exploration will also help in combating the climate crisis. Crucial data about our climate can be collected from satellites that have yet to be launched. There will also be a need for a reliable source of energy that is not fossil fuels to power our future outposts on the Moon and Mars. This will help speed up the development of solar panels that can be much more efficient. This new tech would be great to use on Earth. Once a fusion reactor can be developed, it will be able to power humanity with no cost to the environment. However, the fuel needed, helium-3, is very rare on Earth, but it isn't rare on the Moon or asteroids. But to get there, we must continue space exploration. Mining asteroids is also something space travel can accomplish in the nearest future. Our modern society requires many precious metals to power our advanced technology. These metals are nickel, gold, platinum, and silver, and they are used to make everything from iPhones to cars to medical equipment. Extracting these from our planet is extremely pollutive and damages our environment. Regions where these metals are located are usually destabilized and have many factions fighting for control of said resources. This leaves the people of this region starving and in constant danger. When we mine asteroids, we will not be doing irreversible damage to the environment, and people in the mineral-rich regions will be safe from war, as there will be no more wars over resources on Earth. Although the same cannot be said for resources in space. Asteroids can also provide 1,000,000 times the amount of metals we could ever extract from Earth, making it the obvious choice going into the future. So I've covered what space exploration has done for us in the past and what it can do for us in the near future. But what can we achieve through space exploration in the far-flung future? Not in just 100 years, but in 1,000 or 100,000 years. If we continue space exploration today, the things we can accomplish and build in the future will truly be out of this world. Eventually, we will colonize our solar system and many of the surrounding stars. There will be massive cities all across our galaxy and settlements in every corner of the solar system. We will truly live in an intergalactic human society. We will create black hole cities in which we surround a black hole in mirrors in a ring world and harvest energy from it. When the universe begins to die, these will be the only places where life will be able to live, and they will be the only lights in a dark sky. In the future, we will be able to bend space and time to create wormholes, which are portals that can take us anywhere in the universe in less than a second. Supermassive structures like buildings the size of cities and space stations the size of countries will be built by humans using the power of the sun and materials harvested from asteroids. Things like massive fleets of spaceships that traverse the galaxy and cities that cover entire surfaces of a planet will no longer be sci-fi but reality. We will be able to use mysterious resources like dark matter and antimatter to unlock technology we can only dream of. Perhaps we will even make contact with alien life. We will be so advanced concepts like death and hunger will seem like primitive relics. We will have transformed into something more than human. With such advancements in technology, we will perhaps begin to understand the great mysteries of the universe we call home. The most common counter-argument is that our government spends too much money on space exploration and gets little in return. This is simply a false claim. First off, our government gives very little to space exploration. Our space agency, NASA, only gets 0.5% of the total U.S. budget. NASA and space exploration have provided us with plenty of tech, from the thermometer to navigation satellites, and so many more useful things that I'd actually argue NASA does not get nearly enough funding. Another counter-argument is that space exploration only benefits the rich and is a form of elitism that should be put to an end. On the contrary, many aspects of space exploration benefit the poorest of the world, between Starlink satellites giving them access to the internet and Earth-orbiting satellites giving them data on where to plant crops. The poor and the needy will benefit just as much as the middle class and the rich do from space travel. Perhaps the least educated counter-argument is that NASA has been lying, we never went to space and the Earth is flat, therefore we should defund space exploration entirely. This is a ludicrous statement. If the Earth was flat, so many people from so many different government agencies and so many different astronomers and professors and physicians would have to be in on the lie, and frankly, between humans, that's just impossible. And along with the mountain of evidence proving the Earth is round, and that we did go to space, the counter-argument lacks much merit. We've gone a long way since living in caves. If we choose the path of space exploration, we can explore where no one has gone before. We can go to the most distant corners of our galaxy, perhaps settling and establishing human colonies along the way. Through space exploration, we will advance our technology, help our fellow humans, and unlock the secrets of our wonderful